Najat Rode met with various Syrian authorities and groups to discuss the political transition in the country following the fall of the former President Assad regime. According to her, women's voices need to be heard, not because only this is fair, but because Syria needs every single citizen to help contribute to its rebuilding and to its transition. Currently, millions of Syrian women share these mixed feelings of jubilation and apprehension. Mamadi Barrow tells us more of that in this report.
Following the fall of Syria's Bashar al-Assad regime, women continue to work to make their voices heard and be active stakeholders in shaping the new administration. Before the 2011 uprising, Syrian women had a relatively long history of emancipation and a relatively advanced status with regards to the rights of women compared to other countries in the region. In the face of continued crisis, Syrian women continued to exercise leadership roles across the country and in the UN-led political process. They have made vital contributions in humanitarian assistance and peacekeeping efforts, healthcare and education, serving as breadwinners of their families, humanitarian first aid responders, leaders in displacement camps, and peace builders. Speaking via video link teleconference from Damascus, the United Nations Deputy Special Envoy for Syria, Najat Rode, spoke of the general mood in the country, describing the new Syria as inspiring beginning, considering the level of joy and hope among citizens.
This is just absolutely amazing and extraordinary to see this level of joy, this level of hope, and in some cases, this level of euphoria regarding what is going on. I think everybody is celebrating, and they are still celebrating a month later. But this is also coming with a lot of expectations. And obviously, this is the time to rebuild everything that was destroyed, but it's also the time to rebuild the dignity and the hope and a better future for all the Syrians. They were also expressing in a very clear manner their demands and their asks, which frankly are very legitimate demands, which is really about making sure that there is a seat to everybody, not to all the millions of people, obviously, but at least in terms of representation, a fair representation of women and men, of all Syrian, regardless of their background, whether a religious background or ethnic background or cultural background or geographic background.
The UN officials stress on the need to address the issues of missing persons and ensuring transitional justice without retaliation.
The hope is that there is a real accountability and that whoever actually was involved in those horrible and horrendous crimes, and we have seen the scenes of mass graves, of all of that, and I think that none of us really could expect this scale of the tragedy and this scale of the horror. So the survivors and the families, they need definitely to see this accountability in action. But as much as everybody is pushing for that, we are warning everybody that there should not be any revenge and there should not be any retaliation.
The Syrian constitution provides for equality between men and women. However, a number of laws were discriminating women, such as criminal, family, personal status, labor, and nationality, among other matters. Additionally, the authoritarian political system and the prevailing autocratic values in Syrian society relegated women to a secondary position in society, including their families, with the notion that the most appropriate sphere for women was the sphere of home and family. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am